everyone. Welcome back to Famous Stories in Simple English for Adults on EnglishBoost. I'm Jessie, and wow, I'm absolutely thrilled you're here today. Can you guess why I'm so excited? Because we're about to dive into one of the most beautiful, magical, and heart-touching stories ever written. The Little Prince. This little book is loved by millions of adults all over the world. It looks like a children's story, but it has deep lessons about love, friendship, and what really matters in life. Trust me, by the end, you'll feel something special in your heart. We'll keep everything super simple, short sentences, easy words, so you can relax and enjoy. I'll tell the story slowly, like I'm sitting next to you with a cup of tea. Then we'll discover some powerful words together with real-life examples. And of course, lots of fun shadowing practice so you can say the sentences like a native. Ready to travel to the stars with me? Let's go. Imagine a big, empty desert. Golden sand everywhere. Hot sun, no people for miles. A pilot's plane breaks down. He lands in the desert all alone. He's trying to fix his plane when something amazing happens. A small boy appears out of nowhere. He has golden hair that shines like the sun, curious eyes, and a sweet smile. This is the little prince. "Where do you come from?" the pilot asks. The little prince smiles and says, "From a very small planet, far away in the stars. His planet is called Asteroid B612. Tiny, just big enough for him, 3 volcanoes, and one very special rose." The little prince loved his rose more than anything. Every day he watered her, protected her from the wind, talked to her. But the rose was proud. She said, "I am the most beautiful flower in the universe." This made the little prince feel a little sad and confused. So one day, he decided to leave and explore the universe. He visited many strange planets. On one planet, there was a king with no people to rule. On another, a man who only wanted to be admired. On another, a businessman who counted stars and said, "They are mine." The little prince thought, "Grown-ups are so strange." Then he arrived on Earth, our big, beautiful planet. He walked and walked until he found a garden full of thousands of roses. He looked at them and felt sad. "My rose told me she was the only one in the universe," he thought, "but here are so many just like her." That's when he met a wise fox. The fox said, "Please, tame me." "What does tame mean?" asked the little prince. "It means to create a connection," said the fox. "If you tame me, we will need each other. You will be unique for me, and I will be unique for you." Day after day they spent time together. They became best friends. When it was time to say goodbye, the fox gave the little prince the most important secret. "It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye." And he said, "You become responsible forever for what you have tamed." Suddenly the little prince understood. His rose was special, not because she was the most beautiful, but because he had cared for her, loved her, spent time with her. That's what made her unique in all the universe. The pilot fixed his plane. The little prince knew it was time to go home to his rose. A snake helped him return to his planet. The pilot was very sad to say goodbye, but he looked at the stars and smiled, because somewhere up there, the little prince was taking care of his rose. The end. But really, it's a story that stays with you forever. Wasn't that beautiful? I always feel a little emotional when I tell it. Now let's discover some of the most special words from the story. First word, planet, a big world in space. For example, Earth is our planet. The little prince lived on a tiny planet. Next, rose, a beautiful flower, often red, with thorns. Imagine giving a rose to someone you love. The little prince's rose was very proud. Let's see the next one. Unique. It means the only one, special and different from all others. My best friend is unique. No one is like her. Your smile is unique to you. Another important word, tame, to make a wild animal trust you and become your friend. The fox asked the little prince to tame him. You can tame a cat with food and kindness. Now, responsible. It means you must take care of something or someone. Parents are responsible for their children. The little prince was responsible for his rose. Here's fox, a clever wild animal with a big bushy tail. The fox in the story taught a big lesson. Foxes are very smart in real life, too. Next word, matters. It means important, something that has value. Family matters more than money. Friendship really matters. And finally, desert. A hot, dry place with lots of sand and very little water. The pilot was alone in the desert. Camels can live in the desert. You're doing so well. Now let's practice shadowing some of the most beautiful sentences from the story. I'll say each one twice. Repeat after me and feel the magic. The little prince came from a small planet. The little prince came from a small planet. He loved his rose. He loved his rose. The rose was proud. The rose was proud. He visited many planets. He visited many planets. The fox wanted to be tamed. The fox wanted to be tamed. You become responsible for what you love. You become responsible for what you love. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. What is essential is invisible to the eye. The little prince went back to his rose. The little prince went back to his rose. What really matters is love. What really matters is love. One more round, a little faster and with feeling. You become responsible for what you love. You become responsible for what you love. What is essential is invisible to the eye. What is essential is invisible to the eye. What really matters is love. What really matters is love. Which part of the story touched your heart the most? The friendship with the fox? Or the love for the rose? Or maybe the secret about what is essential? I'd love to know. Write it in the comments. Next time, another amazing classic story for adults. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Thank you for listening today. You are wonderful. See you very soon. Bye for now.